What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action. We've got the semi-finals, ladies and gentlemen. It's semi-finals fever right now. I'm excited. This tournament, there's been a lot of knockouts, unexpected knockouts, but I mean, that's the nature of this. We're playing on different maps. No one's like prepared at their best, and it's all about who can really outthink their opponent as well as outplay it. Today we've got Suppe versus Nullus. First map is, as always, is going to be on the map Competitive Mega Random. We'll have to wait and see exactly what's going to happen on this map as the players are spawning in here. If we take a quick look, spawning in the bottom of the map in the majestic color of red, playing as Zeus. His name is Nullus. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Loki. His name is Suppe. Now, we do have ourselves a fairly rare water map here on this one. It's looking very, very similar to a Midgard-esque type map. I wouldn't be surprised to see Suppe vetoing this one. He really doesn't like this matchup on water, but he doesn't know what to expect from the fish just yet. Maybe it's not that many fish. Maybe it's safe fish. All of these things contribute to him deciding what he wants here. He sees two fish over here. He's got himself 4 seconds remaining to call a veto, and then it will not be allowed. No veto here. I'm surprised to see that from Suppe, but we've got the game on the way here. We've got Zeus versus Loki on a map very, very similar to Midgard, and we'll see how it's going to be shaping up in this one. We do see that Suppe gets very, very lucky, very, very happy with the boar drag in here. We also see the same thing for Nullus dragging his own boar in nice and close to the town center. Lots of boar are here. Now, unlike Midgard, this map here will be cut off on the sides. There are spawns which spawn 4 separate ponds, 2 separate ponds, and 1 pond around the outside of the map. It has just occurred to me that we have not done predictions yet, so I'm going to take this opportunity while we've got some downtime here to set up a prediction. And great, we are on the way with that. Fantastic, got it, beautiful. Alrighty, so what are we going to see in this game? Well, I imagine first and foremost it's going to be a really big boom. Now, there might be 2 block offs over here. It might be open at the top. I think that is possible. So I have to wait and see as the players are going to be fish scouting around on both sides. Whether or not Suppe is going to be well equipped to deal with this map. Generally speaking, when you play on Mega Random, you have to kind of really, really be on your toes with your opening build order as to whether or not you can make it functional. As we do see the scout coming around over here, we'll be noticing that there is no entrance onto their opponent's side of the map here, which is a huge win for Suppe. But we'll see what Nullus is going to do as a response to this, because in general, as Loki, you do not want to actually fight your opponent on water. So any sort of slow down your opponent or extra thing that your opponent has to do to attack your fish economy is really, really good. As we see another Ulfsuck out now for Suppe. Nullus is just going to be motoring ahead. He's already got himself 10 villages on wood. This is exactly the amount that Nullus is going to want here to get a really, really nice advance time. And I imagine the best play for Nullus here has to be go for like 3 or 4 military academies with a 5:15 advance time or something like that, and just spam hoplites into Suppe, who's going to be spamming Herser. And you should be able to come out with an advantage there as the Zeus player, because the Loki player is going to need to spend they're going to have a lot of wood that they need to build, throw an axeman to deal with those hoplites, which is just very, very difficult. And then on top of that, you can also get some favor in to make that work. As both players, you see 11 fishing ships apiece here. Is Suppe getting a lot of that fishing economy going? It looks like his build order is coming off very, very nicely here in the early stages of the game. One thing that is very unsure or uncertain about the competitive Mega Random maps is always going to be how much fish is there going to be on the map. You don't know. You don't know if it's going to be 18 fish, 21 fish, 12 fish. At the moment, we see 12 fish currently for Suppe, or it looks like 15 fish here currently for Suppe. If we actually hit the map button, it looks like it's 21 fish total, or even more actually for Suppe, as he's going to be getting up to the next age through 470. A beautiful 5:15 advance time there from Suppe. Nullus as well going up through Athena here. This is some incredibly crisp build order work from both players here, considering they had no idea what map to expect here starting up in this one. So we'll see how it's going to go from here. Do we see a dock coming down? Yes, we do. Nullus is going for the immediate dock on this position to try and put some pressure up onto Suppe here. And Suppe's already got a lot of villagers on wood right now, so he really doesn't have to care too much. He just needs to get enough docks down in order to defend himself, as we'll probably see a fourth dock going up over here now for Nullus as well. You can see he's got the one dock over here. These fishing ships on the top side, they're not going to be doing a whole lot here in this game to help out, which is basically needs docks up here as well. So all of this kind of extra dock shenanigans is really going to be slowing Nullus' push down in the early stages of the game, as Nullus dropping his dock over here as well. I imagine we're all going to be already going to be seeing Hursa coming out as the house is coming down as well. Persine immediately getting grabbed there by Suppe as well, as he's dropping a longhouse down. He hasn't got no idea that the docks are on this location just yet, though, so we'll have to wait and see how this is going to go, as the trireme now starting to come out. The question is going to be, will Suppe be ready for this? He's got a little bit of resources left in the bank. He's throwing his longhouses down, scouting around as best as he can, trying to figure out exactly what's happening here. We see the military academy coming down now for Nullus, as he's being very, very safe about this one. Super important for him to not lose to any sort of crazy fast Hursa attacks, as the fishing ship starting to get pushed back here, is now Suppe going to have to reactionarily build himself some longboats in on this position here. As the fishing ships drop back, we haven't seen Suppe trying to drop any docks down over onto this side just yet to put any pressure back onto his opponent here, as the one longboat drops out here. Not exactly what Suppe wanted to happen, as another longboat going to be coming in. Nullus is going to be taking this opportunity to get these fights in. Good micro here from Nullus and from Suppe to boot here, as Suppe's trying to get some more ships out onto this position. He's got his Hursa in the middle of the map right now. Hoplites are starting to come out though for Nullus, as Suppe going to be searching around for some attacks here. He does find the Minotaur, going to be going after that one straight away, as Suppe manages to keep his longboat alive for the time being. Very, very low HP over here. A couple of low units over there as well, as the Hursa are going to continue to push into the main base of Nullus here, as the Hursa are going to be retreating away for the time being, still moving around the map here with his units on this position here, trying to push forward, trying to get some damage down. He wants to get that troll in onto this position over here. We've got 7 trireme on this position right now to 6 longboats plus the dock. Should be more than enough with a little bit of good focus fire micro here from Suppe to hold on, but there's going to be continual trireme pushing in onto this position here, as Suppe is desperately trying to hold on here. Is microing this one to the best of his abilities right now, trying to hold on to all of those fishing locations over there. While this is all going on, Suppe's still trying to push through onto this position. We still have the Minotaur remaining, the hoplites coming through. I don't think we've got ourselves Hall of Thanes through just yet for Suppe, but he will be getting some myth unit spawns here if he decides to take these fights over here. Good micro there from Nullus, as more longboats coming through. There are still more triremes coming in onto this position though, as Nullus looks like he's getting an advantage on that position, but it doesn't really matter all too much, as this is what matters in the middle of the map here. As the Hursa are out, there's going to be a lot of myth unit spawns coming through. As the Valkyrie does come through, we'll see if a bolt's going to come down. It does immediately come down there, as the restoration gets thrown down by Nullus to hold on, and Suppe has to retreat back home, as the longboat's still coming through onto this position, and Nullus is winning this fight very, very handily right now. He's got 6 trireme here to Suppe's about to be 0 at this point. He's still trying to build longboats out onto this position, but really Suppe just needs to be garrisoning his longboats here, as the trireme going to be moving forward here, trying to find some fishing ships. You can just garrison those fishing ships, as the unit's going to turn around. An IDR spawn comes through. A lot of dead Hursa over here, but the Minotaur goes down. Hoplites go down. We've got some throwing axemen coming in onto this location as well, as the hoplites going to be pulling back. We've got ourselves 1,200 gold left in this location, with a spy on the gold villager to boot here, as the trireme continuing to take this fight, continuing to sit underneath docks. Suppe is trying to defend this as best as he possibly can, but more trireme coming through onto this position. It might be time for Suppe to just say, I don't need water anymore, get himself Hall of Thanes, and go for nothing but raids on the mainland. There are only 2 locations at the moment in which he can raid, but
Trying to figure out whether or not he should stay on this water or not, given the current situation. Probably not. He could go for a relatively quick, like heroic age through Njord to get himself a Kraken out to hold on to his water as an option, or go through Bragi and go for a huge all-in onto Nullus's main base. But Nullus right now is pure hoplites here. His food economy is going to be skyrocketing. We see the villagers dropping off of wood for the time being, potentially going to move over onto food or gold here to get himself a little bit more, as we are still seeing a couple of longboats coming through onto this position. Over here, we do have the longboat getting sniped down as Nullus. He hasn't been able to find all of the different fishing spot locations. There's still 7 fish getting built right now for Suppe, as Suppe now going to be dropping himself the longhouse over here. He is still mining or chopping wood. He's got an Auroch over on this position, as now the trireme do find the final fishing ship location over here. Suppe's trying to get his fish out and doing as best as he can. Meanwhile, Persine is now getting grabbed by Nullus, so his fish is going to start getting a little bit more scary. But Suppe's sitting at 111 of 115 population. His army is going to be able to completely dismantle Nullus's. But this is a really, really big army movement right now. If Suppe catches this, it's going to be absolutely huge, because Nullus is going for the main base right now. Do we have that upgrade just yet? Still no Hall of Thanes for Suppe, as the hoplites are going to be moving around the map, and they're going to be looking for an immediate attack onto the main town center, onto the docks over here, utilizing these triremes to take down his opponent. We have seen the fishing ships all retreating back, and we've got a couple of longboats into these docks here as well, as the hoplites are going to be moving straight in, trying to take out houses, do damage and everything. But now Hall of Thanes coming through. Nullus going to be able to advance to the next age. I imagine he's going to go through Apollo here with the express purpose of forcing a defensive flaming weapons out of Suppe and then underworlding away. Has to be the option. Right now, Nullus probably doesn't have his armor. He's got his armor here down right now, but he picks Dionysus up. Nope, he is going for the Apollo. I like that play. I do think that's the right way to play here. This is going to take away any sort of opportunity that Nullus is going to have, Suppe is going to have to get a flaming weapons attack off and do a significant amount of damage. But now the army coming through, going to start taking down villagers over here, going straight after this gold mine location over here. The villagers getting taken down, but the hoplites, they are strong on this position. Nullus has to keep the pressure up. Suppe has to retreat here, as he finally does decide to, at this point, getting closer and closer to being able to advance. We see the longboats are out now, putting some pressure on. Meanwhile, over on this position, the Valkyrie spawns getting some good damage done. Odysseus getting taken out over here, as the villagers will start getting taken out on this position. We will be seeing an advance time coming through very, very shortly here, but Suppe can't just ignore this. He's going to lose his town center to the hoplites. There's 19 hoplites here. The temple going to go down, as well as the Hersa going to start moving over onto this position. Now Nullus is going to be getting to the heroic age right now, as we see the hoplites saying it's time to go onto the town center. We see the watchtowers coming through. This town center is going down, ladies and gentlemen. This attack is going to stop any sort of heroic age coming through. And now the heroic age is through for Nullus. That means Haspis are going to be able to get built, as the town center falls as 30%, not even close to the next age there for Suppe at this point. But all the hoplites going to be going down, as the army trying to push through onto this position, trying to do as much damage as it possibly can. Manticore going to be going down over here, as we do see the INR getting picked off here as well. No, it's still alive, still getting some good help in onto this position. We do need some houses to get thrown back up here. Potential town center back up as well, as the longboats trying to defend over on this position. The fishing ships popping back out over here as best as they can, as well as the villagers pulling off of this gold mine. Meanwhile, the hoplites going to be able to take down that dock over there. But there is a real chance here that Suppe can just stay classical age, make tons of buildings here, and go for a gold starve. We do see the villagers over on this gold mine right now. There's 7 villagers over there. The Hersa are going to be retreating back. We see the town center coming up. Still a big chance for Suppe to get to the next age here if he needs to. Meanwhile, Nullus here is even taking this opportunity to fish out on this position over here, getting himself some fishing ships on Suppe's waters here, as the longboat's trying to chase away those trireme. He really doesn't need to fight them. Just get those fishing ships back out, hold on that position. We see the Hersa coming through, as well as the Bragi going to be getting researched yet again. We've got more units now sitting out the front here. The dwarves moved over onto this location here for now, as the army going to sit onto this healing spring. They will see the army coming through, getting a little bit of a building block coming through there with the longhouse. It's not going to be quite enough. The villagers will be able to make it through, deleting the long Longhouse going to be able to break down this wall, go back after that gold mine over there as the army gets caught out on this position. We've got a little bit of raids in the main base of Soup for the time being. Bragi now 45% of the way through. Good fights coming through. Here's the Throw and Axeman going straight after those Pacifists as best as they can. The army has to retreat back for the time being as the Hersa break through this wall. Ironyar to help on this position. We do have a handful of units over here, but the Ironyar going to be able to actually help out quite a bit here as the Hersa come through to start targeting this down. We've got heavy infantry coming through. A troll spawn on this position. Absolutely huge. Do we have a temple down though for Soup anywhere? He is throwing it up as fast as he can. We'll see if it gets up in time. It's going to be very, very close here as the army's still coming through onto this position. There's the Ironyar helping out tons in this fight. Same too for the troll. It looks like the temple did not get up in time there for Soup, but he will be able to move in onto this position. He will be able to drop his flaming weapons here, and he does indeed go for it immediately here. But I imagine Underworld and run here for Nullus has to be the best idea. We see another troll coming through. Maybe he can win this fight, though. Those Thrown Axemen are going to be doing tons of damage at 9 damage per second here with the bonus as the Pacifist Hoplites getting absolutely cleaned up on this position. We see more units coming through. The Heracles coming in as well. We see the Hersa coming in. Underworld coming through onto this position to make a breakaway from it, but he's not. He will be able to get away from here. He will be jumping onto this gold mine as it looks to me like Nullus has managed to hold here for the time being. The Underworld will be going down. More units going to be getting pumped out here. Soup's got a crazy amount of favor in the bank right now. He's going to be able to make so many battle boys. He's got so many dwarves over on this position. We've got the walls coming up over here to try and target this one down as the Underworld comes down. Will we see Soup try and drop a marker, go Mythic Age here, or stay in the Classical or Heroic Age here and grab town centers as we see some more raids coming through onto this position? We do have the Flaming Weapons Longboat helping out a ton on that position as the army going to come through onto this location. Nullising at 80 population to 105 population for Soup. Soup missing a house at the moment. We'll see how he's going to go as he's taking down some military academies right now. Probably not the best idea. He just needs to go straight after the gold. Obviously, that's the win condition here. As the battle ball coming in onto this position, he just has to take out those heroes. He's going to be able to deal so much damage to these villagers over here as the Hersa going after. A little bit of micro there from Soup will go a really, really long way trying to take out some of these units over here. But the Hapaspa is really, really strong here against those Hersa. As maybe Soup needs to think about making some making some raiding cavalry here. There's lots of food on the map. He can jump over onto Hunt at any point here and get himself a ton more food income if he wants to. Meanwhile, the Pacifists are out, going to be pushing back those Hersa. Do we see any attempt at getting upgraded raiding cavalry here for Soup, or is he just going to stay in with the Hersa, pushing in against those Pacifists and trying to win with the Myth units? As this Mountain Giant is doing so much damage to those villagers, as the villagers going to be retreating away. We see the IDR pulling back over on this location. There are Hersa and Throw an Axe on here with the Troll to help on this position as Nullus trying desperately to hang on in this game. We are still seeing longboats getting produced out here for Soup as he's desperately trying to hold on here, making fishing ships, getting his fishing economy back in, sorted out. Meanwhile, turning around, taking this fight. Probably not what he wants to do is those Habasmas get close enough. All of those Thrown Axemen will get taken out, but the villagers pushed off that gold mine, going to be moving over onto this bottom gold mine yet again. There's another gold mine over here, which is very, very safe for Nullus, but I don't think he's really found it just yet. We've got 26 villages to 33 villages at this point. It's some fishing ship on this location getting taken down. The trireme over here sitting a little bit idly by, picking off those trireme over there as well as the army coming into the main base of Soup. But the big problem here is that basically Soup needs to push away from infantry for a little bit, but he is going in with heavy infantry, which I think is maybe a little bit of a mistake. Go into the raiding cavalry units to try and pressure, and then he can go raiding cavalry Hersa here and try and micro this as best as he can, as opposed to going straight. Maybe he can make Mass Throw and Axeman work here as an option, but we'll have to wait and see, as we do see a town center now coming up, and it looks to me like all of the chaos is going to settle down, and we might be heading into a bit of a late game, which is a very, very scary thing for both players here. Recently, we've been seeing a lot of late game Loki versus Zeus, where if the game is relatively equal at the late game stage, it all depends on how the favor situation for the Loki works. If Loki can get out enough of those, what do you call them? Enough fire giants, he's going to be able to win the game. As we see the army pushing out here, checking out that town center, not going to be able to get there in time. The heroes come through, find the battle boar over here. The 3 heroes are out. So we'll see, will we see some Hersa swinging around here to deal with this? These battle boar moving at 4.6 speed right now, which is actually faster than those heroes, but he does manage to lose one at that location there as another troll spawn coming through here as well. Villagers coming in, still going to be eating the hunt over on this location. At this point, we see fortified town centers here. Soup might want to just drop a market and then take all of his units off of wood and jump onto food here to get to the next age. Nullus, on the other hand, needs to just get his gold income and get Hera here. He needs Hera. He needs tons of units to get out. Bellerophon, Medusa, all of those things to help him against these myth units because there's just so much power behind Nullus's army. The score differential might seem like it's a lot here with 1,000 score difference, but it's really not that. It's really not that close right now, or not that different. It's really, really close at this point as the town center coming up for Soup. Soup pushing in over here. We see the fishing ships garrisoning away as the fishing ships going to be getting taken out. We've got 27 fishing ships right now as Hera has been clicked up. So the counter to Hera is garrisoning inside of buildings. If you can be near a town center, near a hill fort, then you're going to be able to be in a really, really good position to deal with that lightning storm. We'll see how it's going to go. We'll see if Soup himself can get to the next age, as you do see those battle balls immediately taking down one of those houses here as the battle ball going to be retreating away. We see a market now getting dropped here for Soup. Will he be able to get to the next age is the big question in this game. This Pentaconta just hanging back here waiting for permission to attack from his master Nullus here, as Nullus trying to push through. We've got those throwing axemen sitting in the back as the army going to be pulling back into the main base right now. So many battle ball here for Soup though. Will he be able to win this fight pushing forward even with those 3 heroes out? Do we have the upgrade here? No Olympic parentage for Nullus just yet, as the army pulling into the main base, as the market blocking into all of this locations here. He's not going to be able to take that town center down before Hera comes through. The villagers finishing up with this gold mine. Still 1,800 gold left in the bank here, as the army going to be spreading out onto this position. Still taking out little bits of chip unit fire here as Soup's killing everything as best as he possibly can. The Hersa coming through here, checking out this gold mine, but this is the gold mine to go to. A couple of Hersa standing idly by here. Surely Soup has to realize that lightning storm is going to be coming for him, and can he win with a heroic age army against a mythic age of a Zeus here coming forward? As all of these units are going to get wiped out by lightning storm here. We've got 2 battle balls still surviving for the time being, but they're all going to go down. All those units fall. Soup drops down to 129 of 160 population. Lots of resources in the bank, however. Another town center going up. We see the Hersa trying to push through onto this position as the army now going to move around. He's got lots of units remaining. Bit of a time crunch, though, for Nullus to get back into this game. He needs to get town centers down. He needs to get a 3 town center to 3 town center to 3 town center situation with full army out to make this work here. And Soup is not going to make it easy. He can send Battle Ball over here to target down those villages. He can defend on this position with a handful more units. He can sack that location, go to the next age himself. He's got lots of wood in the bank. We are going to be seeing this town center getting taken out. Town center still on the way over here. We do see the Hersa coming back over here to drop down those docks. Dock coming up over here to drop some more fishing ships in as a military academy coming down. Now we've got the Myrmidon coming out for Nullus here. Soup does have the Bellerophon out as well as the army coming through. Now we've got some Jarls moving into the mix here to help out. The Bellerophon going to do so much damage over here, though. You have to focus down that Bellerophon as best you can with like raiding cavalry and Hersa and Jarls and everything, but throwing axemen here as we see the Heracles trying to get taken down. The Odysseus going to go down. We do see a Heliopolite coming through. Champion infantry coming in as well. Soup about to be able to advance to the next stage. He does click up through Hera here. What else is going on? We're starting to see side builds coming over onto this location over here. This gold mine's got 3,500 gold left. This is a little bit scary here for Soup. He's got a little bit of gold left on this location. His town center is just about to be up over on this position as well as the Bellerophon does go down. There's just too much economy here for Soup, it seems, as this town center getting close to falling, but the battle ball going down to the Jason. Gonna have to focus that one down as now the Jarl coming through over here to try and take out the Jason on this position. We've got 92 favor. Soup is is rearing his ugly head into Fire Giant, ladies and gentlemen. So much favor here to produce Fire Giant. He's going to lose this town center, but immediately finish this town center. So he's not going to be able to push above 160 population, but he's going to have plenty of population to continue to move forward in this game as that town center comes up very, very shortly. Going to finish off this dock over on this position. We don't have a dock over here. That's a Pentaconta as the army now pushing over here to grab this gold mine. as the throwing axeman trying to deal with all of these units as best as they can. This Heliopoli taking down that market, not really what Suppe is going to want here. Is irrigation coming through. Hell, 75% of the way through. The Heliopoli will be getting taken out here as the villagers moving through onto this large gold mine here at this moment here. We'll see how it's going to go. If Suppe's going to make some sort of attempt at moving over there, his Hell is just about to pop. He'll be able to immediately get himself champion infantry, grabbing this town center, immediately putting more pressure on. It's 33 villagers for Nullus right now. He's about to get second town center. He's got his second town center now. He's got 29 fishing ships, but in that moment, Nullus taps out. He doesn't want to deal with it. Suppe is too far in front here in this game. He manages to hold on here. What a game by Suppe in this one. He's going to be so happy about this. He talks about these sorts of maps and matchups against Zeus and against Greek being really, really tough for Norse, and him conquering that in this game is such a success story. Suppe playing out of his mind in this first game. But the quality of this game is so ridiculously high. Nullus playing incredibly as well here. I'm super excited for the rest of this series. If you guys are enjoying it, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.